Hey, what's up with YouTube? It's here. Today I'm back with a brand new video. So all back I finished Beyblade vforce and Beyblade vs Turbo. Um, don't like. I mean, I definitely want to review Beyblade vs Turbo, just not right now. I kind of just want to get through Beyblade vforce first, which I have gone through this, so I just want to do that, and then I'll rewatch Turbo, so we can review it. But right now, I want to talk about Beyblade vforce. So for those of you who don't know, Beyblade vforce is season 2 of the original Beyblade series. As in the original plastic era of Beyblade, we had Beyblade vforce, and then we had Beyblade G Revolution, which if you go to Beyblade official YouTube channel right here on YouTube, then you'll see episodes 1 through 5. Episodes 1 through 5 of the original Beyblade G Revolution on YouTube, because they currently have the I want to say, because let's see, they have the original Beyblade series, which I already reviewed. They have the full series of Beyblade vforce, and then they have, and like I said, I believe they just start uploading They just start uploading Beyblade G Revolution on April 8th. I think they do like every other day. They upload a new episode. They possibly only do it like towards the weekend. I'm not sure, so that there's always fresh episodes to watch. But yeah, so Beyblade was a big. So Beyblade vforce. Gosh, I don't know how far ahead that takes place, but it takes place after the First World Championship, and of course the Blade Breakers are broken up. Kai's off at a boarding school. Ray's back in his hometown. Max is in the USA with his mom and dad. And Tyson and Kenny are, well, in Japan, basically. Tyson lives at home with his grandpa, whereas Kenny lives with his mom and dad. We get a new character introduced called Hillary, who I would assume would be Tyson's love interest. But keep in mind, these guys are like 12. Keep in mind now I want to preface this. Now the animation style between Beyblade vforce and Bait in the original in season 1 of Beyblade are vastly different. Like Beyblade looks like traditional Americanized cartoon, whereas vforce and G Revolution look like a traditional anime. So, yeah, let me pull them up. This is what Tyson looks like in the original anime. Oh. Okay. Here's what Tyson looks like in the original anime. Here's Tyson in G Revolution. And then let me see if I can find an image of him in vforce. I mean, it's essentially the same design for Tyson and vforce, but again, in G Revolution, but still, vastly different animation styles. And and again the Beyblade battles in V Force and G Revolution are CG animated, whereas the battles in the first season are traditionally like like animated through with like cartoon stuff. Now, this season introduces I don't really want to call them antagonist groups because they're not really antagonists. Well, one of them is actually, but this season introduces a new team, just like G Revolution introduces a new team and a few new characters. This one introduces maybe like this one introduces a lot of new characters, two new teams. This one introduces the Saint Shields, which are descendants of this group that want to steal the Bit Beasts of Dragoon, Dronzer, Drasil, and Drigger. I guess they say why they want to steal them so they don't fall into the wrong hands. Because supposedly those four Bit Beasts fell into the wrong hands, and they would be used for evil. Which, kind of begs the question why they were released in the first place. It makes me wonder why are they even released? And of course, four Beyblades were in three parts. Like I said, there were multiple parts. Like this piece right here will be called a bit chip. Which you go right in the middle of the Beyblade. It's attack ring. Because this right here would be called the attack ring from the original plastic era, not the entry layer. And this would be called the weight disc, not the forge disc. And then there will be a performance tip, and on the inside will be a spin gear. And of course, the way the Beyblades went together back then was a little different than how they go together nowadays. Because nowadays with the burst system, just twist and then it locks until it goes in the battle. Then it can undo the locks and it bursts on you in battle, and that's like a 2-point win, I guess. Or so the original Beyblades, you had a lock on the spin base, and then the tag ring and the bit chip would lock on separately. But anyway, I'm explaining more about the Beyblades than I am about the show. So basically, we go through three separate arcs. We go through the Psychic arc, the Saint Shields arc, and then the Meteor arc, and then the Rock arc. Now the Psychic arc introduces Team Psychic and the Cyber Bit Beasts. Yes, you heard me correctly. Cyber Bit Beasts. Now, out of those three arcs, I gotta say the Cyber Bit Beasts is definitely my favorite. It's probably my least favorite because I want to say it's more or less just filler until we get to more interesting stuff, like the Saint Shields arc, which to me is probably my favorite arc of the vforce. Now, of course, in and again in vforce we get a I don't know how to describe this, but yeah. So basically, there's this scientist there's this group of scientists that's trying to collect the four bit beasts: Dragoon, Dracil, Dronzer, and Drigger. Their modes aren't really explained until the Rock arc of the series. So there's that. But and then the Saint Shields arc, we're going into the Saint Shields, which are descendants of the people who originally sealed the original four bit beasts. Then these are Ozuma, Dunga, Joseph, and Miriam. And each of those four members of the Saint Shields go after a different blade breaker. Ozuma goes after Tyson, Dunga Kai, Joseph Ray, and Miriam Max. And I think the members of these consecutively use the Cyber Beasts are Kane, Jim. I can remember two of them because they're not really that memorable. Not really that they're not really that memorable, you know. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, basically the Saint Shields, basically Saint Shield conquer one of the four bit beasts, that being Dracil, because they lost to Cyber Dracil. Then, of course, we had Cyber Drigger, Cyber Dronzer, and Cyber Dragoon. Yeah, those three lost to the original counterparts. Not surprising. See, at all, really. Then we get to the Saint Shields arc, which again we meet the Saint Shields very early on, but we don't know who they are, or we don't know they're called Saint Shields until after the whole Team Psychic thing. We'll probably get that early, or before that. I don't really remember. I'm doing this like months, like maybe a few weeks after I finished vforce, because I totally forgot to review this series, the season until now. But anyways, yeah. So, but I'm tired. Sorry, guys. Sorry, very tired today. Where was it? Next? Yeah. Then we come to the Rock, and of course the Saint Shields battled the Blade Breakers in an abandoned amusement park. They managed to get Drigger. That's it. Then comes the Rock Arc. I gotta mention. Drigger's bond is so. Drigger and Ray's bond is so freaking big and close. Like Drigger just breaks free the Rock. Of their rock that's sealed in. Now comes the Rock Arc. Because there's another rock with bit beasts in it. Basically a bunch of players try to steal their bit beasts. They fail. Until we get, because this Dr. Zygarde, is basically the one that wants to capture the bit beasts. And we later find out that he's the one who mentioned Team Psychic. And the reason why he wanted Team Psychic to do it was so he could bring his son Zeo to life. Because the son that he made and is a robot. So then we get the whole So we get this whole thing where basically Zeo wants to. Yes, I'm saying Zeo. Because that's his kid's name. Zeo. Like Power Rangers Zeo. We basically get to see Zeo become friends with Tyson and the rest of the Blade Breakers. Now, he ends up getting 2 bit beasts. He gets Dronzer and Drasil. I think he gets 4. He captures 4 then. What? No, he doesn't. Hold on. Zeo does capture 3 bit beasts. Oh no. That's Beyblade. but his Beyblade was burning Cerberus. In case you guys were wondering about that. So he wins against Max and Kai. So he only captures 2 Bippies, Scott. Which are Drasil and Dronzer, which I still can't believe he does that. But he doesn't. And then he loses against Tyson in the final match. Now, do I recommend you watch vforce? Yes, I do, because it's a hell of a ride. And I don't think you can fully understand the characters of the. I don't really think you can fully understand the Blade Breakers without watching the first season, though. So that's why I recommend you watch the first season and then watch vforce, because then you can fully understand the characters. Okay, so yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, I'll be back with many more videos. Who knows? I might talk about G Revolution for a little bit, or I might just wait till I watch all that, then review it like I do it every other. Like I do pretty much shows I like watching, because we're probably, it's not like I said, we're on episode 5, I believe. I won't wait till we have all the episodes out for our review it. So, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. As always, I'll catch you all next time. Peace.